Welcome back to the Gfinity Champion of Champions here at EGX 2015. My name is Lycan. Richard Lewis, Thorin on the desk as well. Guys, it is now 2-1. Virtus.Pro on the precipice of making it to the finals tomorrow.
I've got to say, I really felt that Envyus were going to be able to do something there. I thought, again, you know, good start with the T half. They managed to get enough rounds on the board, respectable. You know, I think you got 17 rounds, right, Envyus, at half time. And you're thinking, okay, these guys are in, you know, a good place going into that second half CT. They lose the pistol. You're like, okay, that's all right. It's still good. It's still good. Game's poised at 10-8, and then Virtus.Pro just went into that plow mode that Duncan's always talked about. They just had that momentum going forward. And actually, you know, I don't want to talk in cliches. They were just the better team. You know, players were just fundamentally out-aiming them. I mean, even Taz, somebody who you don't associate with being a great aimer and whatnot, he was playing smart. He won a couple of 1v1 clutches, I think. So just a great performance again by Virtus.Pro on a map that's always been historically kind to them. Envyus really got to be worried now because they're going into Cash, which, okay, both of these teams are competent on this map, but honestly, Envyus have looked really drab by contrast to how they played at DreamHack London. They just seem to be lacking a bit of va-va-voom.
Holy moly. Okay. So the thing about the Virtus.Pro guys is it's like they were trying to make me look good there, because my little checklist of the things that Virtus.Pro, if they were really in fine form, would have is, I said, you know, watch Byali. He's kind of like my barometer. Which way is the wind blowing on this one? He was absolutely red hot. He was just fragging all over the place. His AK especially has always been very famed for being really, really good. Quick kills in succession. Then there's also the factor that, again, it was a T-side battle. It wasn't so, like, okay, normally, if you're Envyus, you're like, hey, we did a great job. We got just enough T rounds. Let's just get a solid CT half. Don't worry about it. We'll get some AWPs. We'll get a lockdown. It's not going to happen against VP. You knew VP were going to be at least around 6 or 7 themselves, and obviously they were able to blow it out even further, even more impressive numbers. And then I think the final piece, when you know VP's really in form, is kind of what you referenced here. It's when Taz just starts winning clutch rounds all the time. He's supposed to be the worst player in their team. He's supposed to be like a supportive player. The narrative of Taz is supposed to be, okay, he gave up any kind of aspirations to be a star player because he's got Byali, he's got Snacks, even Pasha, who's not really a star anymore. Okay, still requires some star attention and be put in certain positions and facilitated. But when Taz, and you see this every time they're in like the plow mode, when he's just winning 1v1s all over the place, and he gets in these 1v1s where his positioning is always so impeccable, he's going to win this. You just know even when he's against a really good aimer, he's going to outposition the guy or he's going to take the fight at the right time. I mean, obviously he can't do that on normal rounds. He'd be dropping 30 himself all the time. But in those 1v1s, I've always said that's one of the keys to Counter-Strike. In a 1v1, someone like Forrest, who might have the best aim, at least at one point in time, it's like everyone's aim becomes the same, because the way it affects people's minds when you're in 1v1 and how important the decision making, it's more just about positioning and making the smart decisions. And Taz has shown himself really capable of doing that as a wily veteran. So I think everything lined up for VP there. Now, I don't know if they can carry it over to Cash, because they have had a lot of problems on this map in the last sort of 4 or 5 months. With that said, though, it's not exactly a map that Envyus have been spamming themselves, that they're on. So I think this is going to be a really tough one. It's going to be really 50-50 for me. Yeah,
and just picking up on some of the individual performances, you talked about Byali. One of the reasons why I think Byali's performance on Mirage was so impressive was because he had a pretty quiet Inferno. In fact, you know, he was kind of almost being carried, dragged along, even as they were coming back. He was at the bottom of the frag charts. Now, what I love about him is he will go and try and go for an entry frag. He will go and make an aggressive play, and he'll go there and he'll fail, and then he'll go and do it again. And he'll go and do it again, and he'll go and do it again. It just doesn't affect him psychologically. Might not always be the best strategy, but when it works well, and that's exactly what happened on Mirage.
That's really what defines their best side and their worst side. Because when it's going really well, he's the sort of player where I don't think he's aware anyone else in the world has as good or better aim than him. He's the guy where if he goes to a spot and someone kills him, he's like, the guy must have just got there earlier than me. I'll
go back again.
Next time he's gone there, is this mouse working? Is it lag or something like? But when he kills them all, he's like, yep, it's supposed to happen. I'll go there again and dominate. So as a result, if it's working, he's going to run up the score on you big time, and you're never going to be able to hold those spots. And he's going to be taking up space, making pressure, putting presence on the map, and you're going to always have to try and deal with him, which is going to be really hard when his AK is on form like that. When it isn't working, of course, then he's going to be getting frustrated with himself. It starts off that kind of like negative spiral. And you notice whenever they talk about when they have to change in-game leader and any of the problems they're having, they never say who it is, but it's always a vague allusion to one of the newer guys is someone who's, you know, maybe they have certain demands or they have to play a certain way. They never say who it is, but you can figure it out by a process of elimination, basically. Yeah. So you can see how it's a positive and a negative. And so really, I think for VP, it's more like when they're in that mode, they have to acknowledge, right, is it going well, is it going poorly? And then if it's going well, you just basically, you double down. You go all in on these guys, whether it's Snacks, whether it's Byali that game. You just go, right, put everything on those guys. We'll ride the hot streak till we win, basically.
Yeah, and you know, on Envyus, you're talking about form players and hot streaks. Well, you wanted Kenny S to kind of sort of really come alive in this game. And
he hasn't really been in the series, has he?
He hasn't been in the series, and this is, again, what's worrying. We keep talking about, you know, how when's the sleeper going to awake, and we think DreamHack London. He'd been quiet all that tournament, right? And actually, if we're being honest about it, Envyus haven't ever needed to rely on Kenny S at any point since he's joined them. It's been other players that have stood out, like Apex when he first joined and everything else. Kenny S has actually had the luxury of, like, well, I can just sort of chill here. Like, everyone else is doing their job. DreamHack London final against TSM, where they needed that extra, you know, parts, that extra energy, that extra performance, he gave it to them. So you think, okay, well, here you are. You come into a tournament like this, champion of champions. Everyone can beat everyone. Kenny S, you've got to bring that form with you. You've got to keep that running. And he absolutely hasn't been in this series. Now, the one thing I will say, signs of life for Envyus here, is that he's put in some ridiculous cash performances down the years. And this is a map that can lend itself to a strong AWPer. But he's got to get rolling, because right now, Snacks and Byali, I mean, just Virtus.Pro as a whole, they're taking Envyus apart. They're putting on a masterclass here. He's really got to, you know, bring something to the table.
All right, so you talk about, we're going into Cash. Cash is our next map. You talk about the strengths that Virtus.Pro are showing right now. You talk about how Kenny S does need to step up, right? Virtus.Pro, they're on the edge of taking it to the next day. A guaranteed $30,000 just for showing up tomorrow. Yeah. So they're obviously going to be going in here pretty hungry, pretty ready to fight, right? Tell me real quick about the strengths and weaknesses of T and CT side on this map, and then where you think that Envyus as a team can shine and make it work for them.
Do you want to jump on?
I think on this map, for me, it always comes down. It's defined by how you play the A site early. Like, if you're a CT team and you show the other team, we can't reliably hold the A site. So even if you're winning the rounds there, if you're giving up plants constantly, then you'll see a lot of the really good T teams. Either they'll constantly push middle and work their way there, or sometimes they'll just literally walk the bomb into the A site, and they'll take duels with you, they'll push you back with the smokes, and the idea is, unless you can lock that down, you can't force them to vary their attack. And then you're going to have to think, right, do I gamble all my guys over to A, in which case they've just set you up to have free entries into B. So it's actually a map where, historically, early on, people did initially figure out, like, lockdowns. They had very standard positions you could play. But I actually think CT side on this map, you have to be very dynamic. Whereas on T side, actually, you can brute force things. You just find something that works, and you go to it 2 out of 3 rounds. And you just keep going to it just enough that they can't give up on it entirely, but not enough that they can just double down and know that you're going to be there and hard count you. It's very hard to hard count someone in CT of this map, I think.
And features of the map to watch out for. You're going to see Envyus. You know, they'll definitely be doing the boost of Kenny S into the mid area where you can get that pick into main. That's really important because it opens up the map. You know, are you going to go vents and maybe put some pressure on B? Are you going to go highway and maybe do a split round, you know, onto A site? Again, mid control, very important. It's a great map, Cash. It's one of the really balanced maps in the game. It's a map that really brings the best out of teams that like to get involved, like to mix it up. So you're definitely going to see that from Envyus. But right now, like I say, they're really up against it for me.
All right. Well, thank you, guys. It's been great. We're going to go now to the casters. It's going to be the possible final map at the Gfinity Champion of Champions tournament. Take it away, guys.
Thank you very much. Yes, we're back for map 4 of our best of 5 series, and we have been told we will stay until it's done.
Good. That's the way it should be done.
Exactly.
We didn't want to cut it off, and then it gets to the peak of the excitement. But here we go. Cash is definitely going to be a high fragging affair here. It's a map that Envyus can be let off the leash a little bit more. They can boost players up. They can take control of middle, stay in that little 4-man pack they do. They are really explosive on this map. They're one of the fastest teams to watch on this, and if they are hitting their shots, it's very hard to contain them. Both teams have struggled on this map in recent months, so it's going to be interesting to see which kind of team does turn up to it. I favor Envyus going into this one, though.
Man, when I first started actually watching games from Happy, I remember seeing these double AWP positions where you look for that pick coming into the B site, you look for the pick into A main as well. It was this great aggressive kind of move, or the boost over the mid boxes. how is VP then meant to handle this when they want to be aggressive as well? Is this actually going to get to a point where maybe it's going to be a little bit too risky for Envyus to come out in the same kind of manner?
I'm not sure. Like, the cool thing about Cash is, right, even if you lose mid-control at CT, there's so many different options for you. You can push into A main, you can get positional control back there as well. CTs definitely have as many offensive options as the T have here. That's why it makes it such a good map to watch here. And now we go into the ninth round. Again, it's going to be interesting to see who gets in. Cash is one of the more balanced maps, in fact. So, especially the way these teams are playing tonight on their T side, I don't think it's really going to matter too much who starts on what side, but it depends where you feel more comfortable. I like Envyus' T side very much. I think it's really fast and exciting. So, they'll potentially stay T side, you never know. But let's see how this one goes down then. Ninth round does kick off. A lot of decent exchanges going on. Looks like Envyus have got the advantage here. I'm happy.
Is this actually the first ninth round they win? Like, that's, of course. Yeah. So Envyus will win the ninth round, and what is their choice? They're currently on CT, and they're going to stay.
Well, here we go. Let's see how this one goes down. VP have struggled in the past, famously lost 16-0 to Kingwin on his map with DreamHack Valencia, but that was a different shade of VP, I would say. That was in there before the restructure, before they'd worked out the problems, and now this resurrection of the team, obviously coming back off championship winnings. So they can. It's hard to take anything away from that result. Don't actually read too much into that one, considering the changes that have been made. But this pistol round is going to be really exciting. A lot of teams, like I'd say 80% of T-side teams will just rush P on this map because it's so strong. You keep the 5-man formation, you wait for the CT pushes and see whether they try and lock you down with that push. And if it doesn't come in, you do one flashbang into the B-bomb site, swarm the site together, and VP do that pretty successfully. You see them running quite a lot, but this is where the mind games start. When your tactics are so publicly available, you're not sure whether you should just do straight up what you normally do or try and mix it up a little bit.
But say, what makes B more advantageous than going for A when you've got like multiple entrances there?
Well, this is the thing. It's like the CTs when they have the pistols, they have to hit that first USB headshot. If there's 5 of them running at you and they get through that first initial choke point, it makes it look, say, okay, so you're going to be going straight towards B. This is VP staying in that formation. You can see only 2 players for the CTs going in, but
yeah, they throw a whole bunch of decoys into the mid, and Keo, very aggressive, down to 4 life. He didn't get the initial hit. He'll come out with a Zeus, however, and bring down Taz, who puts it into now a 2-on-2 as the entry frags still continue. Apex trying to find a couple more. Out to find 2, and in fact 3 at the end of it all.
You see what I mean about that first shot? I kind of forgot about the Zeus, though. I didn't put that into my idea pool. So that's actually an interesting play. If you don't get that initial frag, you just hold that really tight angle towards the checker room. And that Zeus is so viable, though. We saw Cloud9 running that the other day. And Stockhaven, it seems to be a really viable option towards that area of the map. So that's kind of cool. That's a good way for the CT to shut it down. I haven't seen that before. But here we go.
Waiting for the patch to come out tomorrow. And it's just like, Zeus now costs you 500.
Well, let's see. VP will be buying into this round. They're going to get the scout onto Pasha. And the rest of the guys getting armor, Tech 9s, PT50s. CTs, though, getting a little bit aggressive towards the B storage area. They have got 2 rifles. No, actually 1 rifle, and the rest are on SMG plays here.
And they're going to keep the smoke up. Snacks. Okay, he just turns his back and runs in. He's gone straight past him. They don't realize they're still there, so Keo as well as Kenny can just go to work right now, and they're going to mop up VP, or will they? Snacks and Pasha able to find some openings. They don't own B site just yet. They're still going to worry about up in heaven. That's where MBK is battling out from. Takes a bullet to the head, down to 2 life. Pasha knows the CT's there. As the smoke will come out, they want to be able to pick up that bomb. But it's Happy. Snacks rotates over to help out Pasha because he couldn't get the better angle, and Pasha does the work with the scout. And once again, we have the counter round after the pistol going against the team that won with the pistols.
I think it's happened pretty much every map we've casted tonight.
It happened like, what, 3 out of 5 of the first series as well?
You think, okay, we've won the pistol, some breathing room here, but it's never going to be the case of these 2 teams. They're so stubborn as each other. You can see Envyus buying straight back into this. They want to end this one as quickly as possible, but they don't have the strong power of the scout on their side this time. They're going to be going full pistols, stacking more towards the A-bomb site, hoping the execute comes in there, but T's slowing it right down now. They have got 4 rifles. Byali's going to be on that UMP, but Pasha is scouting out, working out whether we can find a pick into this B storage area. They're not going to come in just yet.
Well, there's actually no one else there. Like, Envyus is fully stacked.
You're right. There's no one actually playing towards B whatsoever. So they do make that conscious decision to make their way into there.
If you actually had maybe an SMG over there, maybe you'd be pushing a little bit aggressive. You get this information, but because their choices, NPK just goes to work on Byali. That Deagle just shutting down the A main approach. And they're going to boost up now. So VP, they want a better angle. if they can get mid control, they maybe can get the A players to turn around on them. They are still playing up against Deagles, and Deagles down highway can do a lot of damage.
Absolutely. Time's ticking away now. They have got mid control VP, so very advantageous for them, position for them to get into. They just need to work out how they're going to get into the next bomb site. They go towards A or go for the vents towards B. It looks like Taz going towards A main will be causing a distraction. Maybe just work out where the CTs may be lying. Snax takes down Apex now and gives them options at least. So you can see the bombs still just waiting around middle as they try to work out whether the CTs will be fully stacked to the A bomb side. And
Taz still got so much information from this until Kenny S will finally put him down and actually end up stealing that Galil of his. And, well, VP, there goes your plant. The first tag, Pash needs to finish the job, and he can't do it. Dropping NBK down, but that body armor protecting him. Now Snax has to do the extra work, down to 73 and 81. He's got a little bit of help, which is now lost, which is Neo, and actually get the retake. Envyus will come back in, and now they will take the counter round as we go into round 4.
That's pretty crazy. I'm not sure what Pasha was hoping to achieve from that. Like, after getting his pistol out, and it didn't have to, he had so much time to fall back in that situation, set up a crossfire, and make the CTs work for that. He knows they haven't got kits. Why
maybe he thought he did more damage.
It's just, I don't know why you even have to get yourself in that sort of position. Like, get the information, sure, but you don't have to commit to the kills. It's the game of the game is to make sure you secure the round. Pasha getting himself in that disadvantage as he goes in, faces 2 players, unable to find a kill, and leaves his team in that 3-on-2, which they're unable to convert to the victory now. But they will be buying straight back into such a back and forth affair here. Envyus win their force buy, but VP coming straight back into it. 3 rifles are going to go for that fast mid control once again.
Can they hold it this time around? Looks like now Envyus shifting a lot of their defense over towards a very backward A defense. No one up this time near Cat, which was that surprise attack onto Taz that worked in the last round. Pasha inching his way up through highway at Apex. How to bring down Neo. Can't get Snax as well, so there's still 2 players for VP that control the mid. And in fact, Pasha's already up on Cat. Happy does have this AK. So Pasha very apprehensive about pushing in. In fact, with MBK on 3 life, he's able to defend from quad. And this is a real rough round for VP. They're going to lose everything. Pasha's the last man left standing. He can't... Oh, yeah, he can't find this kill. He's caught in the middle of reload, and Envyus, now we finally get a back-to-back round, and it does come the way of the CTs.
Yeah, so this is a real chance for them to gather momentum now. You can see them, they're getting a decent, didn't lose any players that time, so they actually managed to build up a decent bank of cash here, and VP can't really justify any buy here whatsoever. So the force buys finally end, and we should see some stability come into this game. As we can see, nothing really purchased for the T's whatsoever. They have a P250 and a smoke and a flash. And I'm not sure where they're going to go this one. Looks like they're edging towards the A side of the map, but just going to be holding on, waiting for any CT aggression, it seems like. Working on whether they get pre-naded or Molotov to the start, and then maybe just smoking offset halls. But Kenny S, this is a pretty audacious play.
So quick up through the B site. Now taking out 2, switching to the USP, and Keo has also come with him. They've isolated out VP, so they're incapable of going for the full push. In fact, a little bit of a sandwich. Neo will finally get the kill over on Kenny S. And he is in a real rough position now. At least he's got himself a good M4. And that's one thing to work with. Running through the smoke, however, at Apex, it's not going to work. And Envyus now 4 rounds to 1. And VP unable to find the initial kills. We've actually just see the kills too. Snax has got the majority, 10-1-4 being his KAD right now. And the nearest him is Pasha with 3. We are not seeing Taz, Byali or Neo finding these initial kills on the Envyus defense.
Well, now a change of pace for Envyus. They're going to pick up the AWP, and they're already gathering this momentum. This is only going to continue, I think, as we see Kenny S now. He's going to be heading his way towards the B site. If they can leave him there in that position, it'll be absolutely fantastic. He's got a teammate with him, though. They could actually go for the push here. If mid-control comes in once again from VP, they know they can get this controller's area, very similar to Inferno, but Apex takes down Pasha, and now it's a 5-4 going in favor of the Frenchman.
Snax. So stealthily trying to move around Z. Can't find the opening yet. He's got 2 CTs on the other side as they start to spray through. A lot of patience from him. The bomb is moving over now towards the B site, but look over at Toxic. If they can actually get that initial kill, yeah, there it is. So Kenny S will drop. Byali will move over, but this is now flagged the move. But Snax, he was so patient. He finds both Apex as well as MPK trying to move in through Z, and then isolates Happy completely on the A site while the B plant is now down.
Yeah, Snack's doing huge work there. What important play that was from him. Great luck, Frag, going in that Z hall, waiting for that early attention to be shown towards the B side. The rotation's coming from the CTs, and he's just there to lock it down. Fantastic stuff from him. That's a huge round for Snacks. But look at him, 12 frags right now. Once again, going absolutely huge in this series. So, fantastic tournament from him so far. On the other end of the spectrum, we've got Taz, yet to actually find a kill yet. So, that's kind of interesting to see how this one's working out for them. Still early days, though. We go into round number 7, but that's a great round for VP to win.
Yeah, that it is. The only downside is they can't remove this kit as well as full armor as well as AK from Happy.
Yeah.
So Happy will come into the next round with like a fully stacked kit.
There we go then. So now Byali picks up the AWP. You'd assume he's going to chuck that over to Neo. There it goes. And it's the first time they've had the AWP on the T side. So now they can actually justify the slower pace game. So far, they've actually had a really good job of taking over the mid area. It's the setup Envyus allowing VP to take control of mid and just playing very passively in that situation, forcing them to come into bomb side. So a change of pace from this time. They're actually showing presence towards it this time. You can see actually going straight in.
I didn't see anyone up. Kenny, as he's backing up. He's backing up as quick as he can. With the flashes as well as smokes and nades coming in. He does not want to be there, and he's also dragged the rotation over of Keo. The Molotov's making it impossible for Keo to go down, and Kenny S completely blinded back over at the generator. Taz able to find that kill with the Tech 9, but Apex going big out of 14 life, has to back it up. Finally, Snacks will drop him down, adding to his already horrendously huge kill count. Into a 3-on-3 situation. Keo's causing troubles down in checkers, but the bomb plants come down, and Neo actually getting caught out of position. Envyus trying to go for that retake, and they're actually able to do so. Very quick, very efficient mop-up of the VP players.
Yeah, VP knew they were on the back foot there. They needed to do something. They needed to find some frags, push through the flashbangs before they knew that CT execution coming in for the retake. Didn't work out for them, but again, that's Envyus having... After they lost Kenny S on the bomb side, I thought that one was going to be a simple round for VP, but unfortunately unable to convert those frags into their favor, and Envyus take another round on the board. And so you can see after winning one, and losing a subsequent round, VP are able to buy, but it's definitely a force here. Desert Eagle on Neo, Pasha with the Gillet on hand, and now this is where Kenny S once again gets the AWP, and they're going for that mid presence once again. Not going to allow VP to have that same control they've utilized once before.
Keo is already waiting for Pasha to drop him down, and VP, for the first time really on this map, we're seeing a proper commitment. They're checking out quad, and Taz, I can't get the double stacked. That is very efficient, and what was forced is now punished by Envyus.
Absolutely, really fast round there coming in, and the CTs just changing their setup almost every single time. T's thought they had that positional control to get out middle, but getting locked down by Kiyoshima, finding that first kill through the smoke, forcing the T's through to the A-bomb site. They lock it down, the boost getting a little bit scary there, but they managed to recover it and don't even drop a single frag now. And they're forcing VP onto an eco. It's not going to be a force by here, some P250s and one flashbang. They really have favored towards that B area on these sort of rounds, but Kiyoshima going to be changing his position once again, and they try mid.
Apex
starts locking it down.
Time to stab pad. Okay, maybe not. Actually gets brought down, but MBK will be there to ensure the rest of this push doesn't work. They break through Vents, but Keo will stop that push if they attempt it. They get another frag now, VP. With these pistols, that means AK and M4s in the hands of Snacks as well as Byali. That one instantly removed from Byali. It was already very low as it was.
Yeah.
So Snacks is just hoping for... is he even hoping to save, or is he hoping to remove these weapons from Envyus?
At this point, I think he just wanted to save the gun, but he's not in a position to do that or make that decision for the team. So he goes down. Kiyoshima takes him on, but 7 for 2 now. You can see the money still isn't great for the T's, but they are going to be able to buy this one.
The CT's there. They've got 10k left on Happy after he's bought.
They've been farming so well here. Kenny S once again with the AWP. He's not going to have the best spawn here, so will potentially just be playing a little bit more passive. Maybe go towards middle or B and see what he does here. So Kiyoshima is going to be backing him up once again. Snacks just going to be trying to face that mid area, gets smoked off and unable to gather information there.
At this rate, I might get my wish. Envyus looks like they're just on an absolute steamroll going over to Cobble. But VP, again, never count these boys out. There's still 2 halves to this map, plus the ability for VP to get a good advantage if they can win just back-to-back rounds where they need to just harm that economy of Envyus. Where they need initial kills. There's that move from Snacks, adding more kills to his name. And they're trying to come in towards this B side, but Pasha's dropped. The AWP doing the work, and even the MBK aggressively pushing in through A main to catch out Taz. And bailing out, that's that pick and fall back. Information galore.
Yeah, it's absolutely vital there. MBK reacting perfectly. As soon as you start exchanging frags and you get the information as to where the T's may be lying, you can push into those sort of positions, catch the T's, surprise there in the back, exactly what MBK did. They'll lead Byali now in the 4-on-1, and this is going to run away from VP. As Byali's going to be left for 40 seconds. He has got the bomb. If he can plant that here, it'd be fantastic.
He's got the advantage because there's only one player that's here to defend. But Byali needs to check quad. Right now he's watching highway and hasn't gone over to check up quad, and he cannot win the fight with MBK. That would have been the plant.
Well then, another success round for Envyus. They've got a great hybrid here of mixing up the passive rounds with the aggressive ones, and they're actually catching VP off perfectly. They're not sure which setup to adapt to, and now it's another eco for VP. That's actually going to be pretty much full Glocks. I was going to say full Glocks, but we actually get some Tech 9s and Deagles out just the last minute there. So we haven't seen too much in terms of like actual nice little executions from VP. They've been trying to work the pick game. They get that mid control and try and capitalize on that. But bomb going down there. Apex getting the first frag onto Snacks.
They really try to set him up for that too. At least Neo can get something back on Kenny S. They popped the flash over the top. They bought like a smoke and a flash to work with that. But he had to run straight through a Molotov and commit to the play. And that's why VP decided to drop like flies. Kenny S, the only one to be the casualty of war. Taz and Byali incapable of getting control of, one, the bomb, which is stuck over at Z.
Yeah.
And two, actually, they are at least getting a flank. And VP aren't looking the right way. Now they will. Happy looks up towards highways. Like, okay, I think we've got a problem. There's a hole in the defense. And Byali, there's one. Needed a second headshot. Couldn't actually claim it. Moves down for the weapon. Unable to get there, though. So it will only be 2 players lost here for Envyus. But that's not going to be a huge blow to their economy. There's almost 15,000 on Keo.
Well, the good news is for VP, they have a decent bank of cash this time as well. As I was saying, they haven't done any proper like set executions yet. They're trying to work the picks, getting that mid control, which is great. But I'd like to see them get that mid control, then fall back to A and actually do the wall of smokes and try and just get a bomb down in this situation. Seems a little bit lackluster so far. Looks like they may potentially be boosting up once again. MBK going to be the one to hold them off. And actually, Neo finding the first frag onto Apex there. That's going to be towards middle, and that boost coming to fruition there. MBK to be left towards middle is actually going to choose to leave this position and fall back, but he gets caught there by Snacks. Great reaction from him.
He's done such great work inside that mid. Now Pasha straight through the smoke. Still gets to kill on Neo before he's brought down, but has brought it into a 4-on-2. Both the AWPs left here for Envyus, and the push is coming to A. Happy going to play from Squeaky. Kenny S tries to go for the flash, but Snacks able to see him first, so gets the shot, and Happy just running out with the pistol. He's able to get the kill over on Taz and back up into Squeaky. Throwing out the Molotov as well. Unfortunately, that's not going to work with the smoke. He's just bailing out there. It's still a 1-on-3. Trying to bang through the wall and just pray that he actually tags down the, I don't know, planner or whatever. Either way, he's saving this AWP. Yeah. There's no way he can retake A now.
Well, like we said, the CT money is so strong right now, but just keeping at this level, saving the AWP will be fantastic. So he's going to try and do that towards T-Spawn. The T's potentially going to be trying to hunt him down, but their money's probably a little bit fragile. They might want to just opt to keep their AKs and AWP in hand, but let's see what this one goes down. He makes his way towards the mid-warehouse now.
They're sending one man to hunt.
There we go. More of a positive round from VP there. The boost up of Neo to middle takes down the connector player, and that's exactly what they need. They've been getting that mid control around picks before. Now they're actually getting the AWP up there, utilizing him and finding that first kill. And you can see Apex saying, Neo, where were you?
And that gives Snacks so much more room to move, because he's been working it really hard in that mid, having to battle up against multiple sides every time he goes. You get that pick over on the mid player, then you can focus on headshot box.
Look at this scoreboard. Snacks on 16 kills. Taz still on 1. The rest of the guys on like 3 or 4. He really is going to town.
Yep.
In the rounds they are winning. But 2 AWPs set up now for VP. Realizing those picks actually working out pretty well for them. Now this is the play I was talking about. You can see 4 players going towards A. You'd assume they're going to try and just do a quick smoke out of Squeaky Door. Try and utilize AWP to work a pick. And that lurk play coming in towards the B bomb side as well. 2 CTs waiting for him as well. So if he can keep those 2 players over that, it'd be fantastic for the Virtus.Pro this round. So we Pasha working that lurk.
And VP still not bringing up that bomb. Now it's finally going to be picked up. They're about to play their A entrance. The flashes don't come at the right times. However, MPK perfectly blinding VP. Goes for the Molotov as well, making it a little bit more difficult to run out. Now they've already taken out Pasha. He was the mid player at that point. And VP, they're going to boost over. They're going for a very late boost, but maybe they can find that initial pick. Apex actually sees the smoke coming from the boost spot. So he's going to, oh, okay, that flash didn't work the way he hoped it would. Now that one should do a little bit better job stopping Neo. And again, Neo stops him as he's moving towards the vents. And VP, they are going to commit to the A site now. The Molotov flying in, but Neo, well, he was hoping the Molotov would flush out MBK, but Happy is there to get a revenge kill onto his teammate. And more Molotovs just flying out everywhere.
Flurry of frags coming in for both teams there. Now a 3-on-2. Happy on the retake with the AWP, but Kiyoshima helping him out, taking down Neo. Brings it to a 2-on-2 now. Snacks on 11 HP. Bomb does go down on towards A. It's quite an open plan though, so You see Snacks there, just trying to find that CT player. Now, how can they retake this? That's not going to help whatsoever. Byali and Snacks getting frags pretty much at the exact same time as the retake comes in. And that's once again the frag. I thought that round was going to go in favor of Envyus because we saw Pasha going towards B. And I assumed the idea was he takes those CT players over towards that area and they go in towards A.
Yep.
But the way it went down was they started rotating towards B, going on his information, but Pasha then dies, and they have to stop completely. They've lost the positional control they had on A, but they fall back, and they somehow work those picks for them. The double AWP setup working very well now for VP. CT's not out of it yet in terms of the economy. Get themselves that AWP back onto Kenny S, but mid-control shown here, only one player towards B.
It's just a good last couple of rounds in this half for VP. They bring it closer and something more for them to work with when they go to CT, in preparation to see how Envyus will be able to handle their T side.
They seem to be playing a very pick-based game here as Neo goes in happy with that off angle there. Neo didn't expect that one. He gets that early frag and gets the CTs into a very advantageous position now. They don't really need to do too much. MBK can be flashed in, and what a great kill from him. Takes down Byali. Shot to the head, locks him down through the box there.
They don't need to do too much, but they're very happy to do it when they feel like there's a good little play to go for.
Sure.
Get the pick, fall back. Now, it's the movement coming in from Pasha, trying to go really big, pushing into the side, but Apex on the flank. Starts to spray though, can't find anything just yet, reveals his position. Now does manage to pick up Pasha. But Taz is the last man left alive, and Apex will finish the job there too. So 10 rounds, they hit double digits on their first half here.
So then, a slower play, trying to find that first pick. Happy locks that down, and then Apex with a nice little clean-up towards the end from Checkers there. Good positional control from him. Once again, looking at the scoreboard, Snacks really is running away from this one. It's kind of crazy if you have a look at that. But let's see how the T's going to approach this 15th round now. Not a great buy for them. Going to have 3 pistols, 2 AK-47s. Going for that mid-control, it seems, once again. It's going to be Taz leading the charge, and he gets knocked down by Kirishima, making a double as he takes out Neo as well, but Snacks chimes in with his own frag and make his a double as he gets 2 kills there, making it a 3-on-3.
Man, Envyus had the perfect setup for that. They had one already up and one holding for the sandbags, and the spray up to the boost area was just perfect. And then, all of a sudden, Snacksmas arrives.
Double AWP, Happy and Kenny S going to be holding in, but Kenny S is pushed all the way through B, and the team's going to have no idea. This is so perfect. Low HP on this player as well. Not going to... Oh, say...
That looked a little off at the start.
Yeah, but he recovers it and gets him back into control here. And that's another nice, easy shot from Happy there to lock it down. 11-4 in favor of Envyus in this first half. Very formidable half from them, looking very strong there, but I think 4 rounds is enough for VP. You know, they're going to have a very strong CT setup as well. Let's see what they can do here. Pistol, obviously, going to be important as ever.
But it's that aggression from Envyus that we're wondering, like, can VP throttle it? And will their aggression actually come in? Like, you've now gone 10-4. You move over towards your own CT side.
Sure.
Do you feel like you've got enough power that you can go for these mid boosts? You can go for those aggressive, like the flash in to get the pick in A main. Will VP have that confidence? I suppose the answer is going to be a straight yes anyway.
I think so. We've seen that judging by the T halves we've seen tonight. It seems like most teams seem to be very, very confident on that. But see VP a little bit not as I guess as aggressive or as scary as they were on Inferno, but this time going into CT side, I'm sure they'll be showing the same sort of tactics there, going up, pushing AWPs around, swapping positions, pushing in with pop flashes into A main, for example. So expect to see some of that. But the thing is, Envyus going onto the T side, they're very fast and very aggressive. It can be hard to contain those guys. If they start hitting their shots and that partnership between Apex and Kirishima starts coming to fruition, getting into the B splits, for example, their entry frags alone, they don't really need to rely on tactics. They can just rely on their pure skill and talent going into this half. But this is where it gets interesting now. We come to the business end of this series because, of course, current score lies at 2-1 in favor of VP. They want to close this one out right now, but not the greatest half for them to start things off. And now we go into it. Not a B rush this time. It's going to be 4 sets of armor for Envyus. They're making their way towards the A sides.
Yeah, they're coming to A main. Taz is already there. Going to put down the smoke, so Envyus, where I'm going to go for this long-range pick over towards quad. They wouldn't be able to do it anyway because both of the VP players are playing closer towards Cat as well as Forklift. So Envyus, they are still going to commit to this. They're waiting for the smoke to dissipate. As far as the CTs go, they got 1 smoke and 1 flash left over. Taz, okay. He sees it coming out of A main and should make the call right now. Yep, they're moving very quickly. He moves actually closer towards the smoke, give him a better angle, looking for one, able to bring down Apex, catching out Keo as well, making that work from the forklift till finally MBK will shut him down. Snacksmas moves himself in too, and they're able to bring down even more. It's all up to Happy, the last man left in A main against 3 CTs. And they're all looking towards the bomb. Happy makes his play out. Goes for the shot. But he's been done from multiple levels and multiple ranges. Still looking for these perfect little pop headshots if he can get it. But life is becoming a little bit too difficult for him to find it.
Yeah, the fact the bomb's down in a horrible position, this is VP's round to lose. They somehow give him even a frag here. They've got to question what's actually going on. And there we go. Actually all facing, making sure they lock it down. That came down to Taz, though. That's such a perfect weapon and utilizing of the smoke for him. He heard the footsteps coming into A main, smokes him out for a while, delays the play, and he gets that close angle with the 5-7, manages to spray down 2 early kills and knocks down the bomb as well, allows the rotation to come in. So that's great work from Taz. But this is the round we're also scared of on the second one from Envyus. They get the armor, they get the Desert Eagles out. Let's see what they can do with this. Not much in terms of utility. You'd normally see them getting a smoke grenade here, chucking out a squeaky door on A, and then coming out that way. But they actually opted to go purely for frags here. Desert Eagles coming out once again. And now the CTs. 3 SMGs, a pistol on Snacks, and then a rifle on Pasha. Let's see how they lock this one down. The boost comes in. Apex is buying his time now. And Happy opens it up with a headshot onto Taz. We knew it was coming. You could feel it. But that opens it up. Now the T's have to react here as the CTs get one more kill back and Apex goes down.
And they've actually got a Molotov available as well, allowing Snacks to run in, but getting very over-aggressive, but he buys the distraction. I think that was the end goal there, allowing Byali to come in from the side with an MP7 and grab 2 of Envyus down for the count. And in fact, they're going to mop up the round until Happy turns for that quick deagle shot, finally brought down by the P90.
And they survived the second round, somehow.
That's a very rare occurrence today.
Happy opening up with that Desert Eagle headshot. We thought, is it going to happen? Is Lightning going to strike twice? But no, he gets shut down and VP recover. They do lose 3 frags, but the bomb didn't go down, so they are safe this round at least. There is a few CZs, Deagles, and Tech9s coming up the T side. No utility purchase whatsoever, so you'd assume VP should be able to gather this one pretty easily. Pasha showing a little bit of aggression towards middle there. Bomb going towards A, and that's the first frag coming for Byali. He takes down the lurker player, Kiyoshima, by himself towards the B storage area. And now the T's just holding up and working out what they can do with this situation.
They're going to be so careful about getting flanked from the B side. After what happened during the last round, in fact, they've already pushed another player over there for it. But VP, they're coming in for a different avenue of aggression. Under cover of smoke pushing into the garage. A lot of noise being made here. And again, Snacks, he's just finding kill after kill. Byali's able to grab another couple as well.
Yeah.
What is Snacks even up to right now? 40? He's had himself a fantastic time. So Pasha's able to shut down Apex, and that leaves Happy as the last one.
Yep, so he's got the Desert Eagle, but the bomb is down towards that B storage area. CT's slowly making their way into it. Happy is not long for this world, I'm afraid. Probably is trying to find a cheeky little headshot. Byali's going to be low HP, but there you go.
There's a drop down. Reveals the position. They can just spray him down. In fact, that's exactly what happens. They just rush it in. They take the round. And this pushes VP into a nice little spot, but Envyus are going to buy up AWP, AKs. That's what they got in the bag. And Virtus.Pro are still running around with their SMGs. And it's 22 kills on Snacks.
So this is the chance for them to actually build the bankroll up. They can win this round. It'd be so big for them in terms of the economy game. I wouldn't be surprised if they did something a bit aggressive here. Maybe a counter boost going to be storage of the SMGs. They want to do something to surprise the T's. Just do a pop flash, try and utilize the MP9, for example. And this Pasha going to be going aggressive towards mid. He's going to push through, going for that shot through the smoke. And let's see what comes in, and you can see now CTs, I think it got boosted up.
Yeah, there's one up. There's one up, and Snacks just going to throw the Molotov out. It's going to bring a lot of attention as well to Envyus to look up towards that jump spot. Either that or just rush themselves out of there. That bomb is practically back at T-spawn at the moment and hasn't moved up. Apex tried to go for these like little corner checks in towards A, but couldn't hit anything.
Envyus now going to be boosting up Apex, the entry fragger here. Going to get a couple of guys up here. This is when they get pretty aggressive. Pasha's waiting in the bench now and gets shut down by MBK, and then opens up the map for Envyus.
And the live potatoes brings down Pasha. Looks like Envyus, they're coming towards the B site now.
Yeah, this is where they're so strong. It's almost impossible for Byali to hold this up. A mammoth performance required.
That could be a really good flash though from Byali. He catches out one, can't get the second down in pit though. It'll be Kiyoshima that does the work. That's Neo ready to throw out this Molotov. Flashes, just trying to cover him up. They know exactly where that plan is going down. Taz going to work. That's a very exposed plan coming out there from Envyus, but they still find the frags. And that leaves Snacks as the last one. Running very, very loud and Happy. Just an easy put down for him.
So then, Envyus kind of sticking to their current playbook, I guess, working out what's going on at the map, waiting back for a little bit. Once they get that mid control, find the first frag, and they make very quick and assertive decisions there, going towards that B play, and they actually read it so well. Getting into that bomb site, one player, Byali, on the bomb site, when I said it's going to be almost impossible for him for the whole day. Manages to take down 1.5 players. Second one, he only headshot, didn't manage to get the kill. But now this is where Envyus do come into their own. You can see the money really is kind of shocking for the CT side. A scout coming out for Neo. And Byali on the 5-7 as Kenny S boosts up to middle with the AWP. Really got to find a frag. He's going to have a pick an opportunity. Won't capitalize on it though.
Man, Neo is still down to 4 and Byali is down to 29. This has not been a favorable exchange of gunfire in the early stages of this round. And Envyus just need to keep this control up. They haven't found themselves a kill yet, but they're definitely softened up VP for the attack.
The low VP players here, Neo on 4 HP with that scout. And there he goes, he gets taken down by MBK. And the bomb's still down towards middle. You can see though, Snax replies with another headshot onto Apex, making it a 4-on-4. And it's going to be down to this man, I feel, if they're going to actually salvage this round. Let's see what he can do.
Well, for now, not a lot. They're not coming into the site. They're coming over towards the B site. Kia making a lot of noise as they move, and Snax, again, he's moving on this flank, but he might have to move a little bit quicker because you've already got Keo onto the side. Byali with his 5-7 doing work down of 1 life, throws at the Molotov, so at least only going to play with a close position. They're spraying out right now. MBK, he does find the kill on Byali, but a board time for Snax to arrive, but Kenny S finds the shot around the corner, and now it's a 1-on-1. Taz on MBK. What's in the kit? Well, there is one kit, but there's no smokes, there's no flashes. Armor for both. As MBK, well, now he gets the vision. So does Taz. Keeps that spray going, control it up. They just keep bouncing up and down. And finally, MBK will get out on top of this. And Envyus go 12 rounds to 7. They keep their momentum up, and Virtus.Pro in a real rough economic position.
Oh, absolutely. That was a great play from MBK. He knew just he needed to land 1 bullet in that situation. Looked a bit scrappy towards the end, but did the job with that crouch play towards headshot there. But like you said, the economic situation for VP now, pretty devastating, considering Envyus now are in touching distance getting to map point. This is a huge round for them. They want to make sure they take this very methodically, don't give anything away, and just guarantee themselves a clean round. They want to give VP anything into this one.
Well, right now, VP's taking it from them. MBK getting gunned down by a very aggressive Snax. Is happy, trying to battle with just a door, which is Taz. He keeps closing it on him. Can't get himself out into that A side. That is where they want to move, though. The bomb coming into A main. At the same time, Neo having a very quick peek. He knows he's about to be flanked on multiple sides. That door is open again now. They're going to flash out as well as smoke. At least let Kenny S walk into the side area. Doesn't have a secure, getting just peppered a little bit from each side. He knows there's one at quad, he knows there's one over a forklift, so he brings down forklift, then starts going to work on quad. However, they've multiplied in the meantime, and I don't think it really matters. Byali's the last man left alive. Envyus have control over the A side, and Byali's just running over the P250. There's not much more he can do apart from death.
Snax did well to get that opening frag. Byali gets one of his out, but once they lost that first man, they knew they just needed to go, okay guys, we're against Nico here. Let's do a very simple execution, get the smokes into key areas, get the rifles out there, get that kill onto forklift, isolate that A-bomb site, and make sure you just go frag for frag. That's what they did, got the bomb down, and it was a simple procedure from there. But this is where it gets interesting now. You can see the buy, very poor still for VP, no kits. Have got a decent amount of utility, but this is going to be obviously a huge round. This will pip Envyus onto the 15 points.
And potentially a 5th map.
Yeah, this is it. We thought we called it at the start, and I'm kind of feeling that's the way it's going.
You called it at like 9 AM this morning.
Yeah.
They will have a full 10 maps today.
It's happened.
Because it really is like 4 teams of such great quality, and they're being able to push each other to the absolute limits in a full best of 5, a great format as well.
Absolutely. It makes it such an exciting series here today. But here we go then, round number 22. Full AKs for Envyus. Once again, just trying to fill out the map. You can see Snax waiting for that boost there. And he's been so strong this map, trying to kill almost every single round. Let's see what he can do. Nothing really coming in as of yet for the terrorist side, just holding off in that spread out formation. Probably going to be boosting up again, you would assume. Seeing as that's been so successful so far, they kind of make their way over that.
Yep, here they come.
Charge.
Up comes Apex. Shoots out the vents to start with, and VP, they're already preparing a very heavy A defense. But the attack is going to come through Z as well as Highway. And that's where Snax is already moving down for. Actually, he's not even going to come to A. It's going through fence. They're coming into the B site. Byali asking for help, but the rotations are coming a little bit too late. Byali actually able to take out 2 right now. Looking for the 3rd, unable to shut it down. But does drop Keo down to 25. Happy. Well, there's that little flanker. He loves to float. And caught out Taz right now. And he's looking for the last player. Scouting out Neo, moving in towards Heaven. But there's little he can do from here. He's going to flash in and try and find the opening. Actually able to flash up very, very nicely onto Keo, but he cannot find a kill. So Envyus now, heavy amount of map points, as well as the ability to force it to 5. And what's VP got? Not a lot.
No, not much to play with, unfortunately. The problem is right now, once Envyus has by the timeout, use the CT utility up, and then they get the mid control. And they seem to be going to B almost every single time they get in that situation. There's only Byali ever there to actually hold them off. They get spread thin after they lose that first frag. Byali does do some decent work to hold them off as much as he can, but it's just never enough now. We go into potentially map point now, 15-7, CTs on pistols and Famases. They have got a max 7, excuse me, but Apex opens it up once again. Snack's going down. He's been the MVP so far. That's a huge scalp to take. And now we go to a 5-4. 1 minute 20 remaining on the clock.
And VP really want to be aggressive. That's why Pasha pushing up now into the garage. But Keo, like, where do you find the opening? Pasha's already been dropped down by MBK. And they're going to Molotov around the corner. Just try and spread that fire over to Forklift, forcing back whoever they possibly can. As Taz is on the side, Neo's still got a good angle there with the scout, but the problem is now he's completely blind. That smoke just keeps him out. Taz will drop as well, and it looks like right now that Envyus will be able to wrap up the map as they do get through the remaining players. There goes Byali, and that is GG for map 4, which means we will have a 5th and final deciding map heading over to Cobblestone.
So then, VP didn't really arrive there. They T side, unfortunately for them, Envyus got the momentum gathered, won the first half 11-4. Looked really strong though. Good rotations and actually nice synergy with the team playing towards mid as well. They had that great hybrid setup of leaving mid completely open sometime and then presenting 3 men the next round. So it's difficult for VP to read into that. And even when they had the mid control, they're unable to capitalize there. So Envyus, after losing the pistol in the second half, really did get the ball rolling and get like 5 straight rounds in a row. So very impressive performance from them. The key players working out for them, but Snacks' performance for me was stellar. Unfortunately for him, he's not going to be on the winning team in that map, but he
didn't have his team behind him most of the time. Like, Snacks was losing his players left, right, and center, and then was pushing up. It's like, okay, make the best of a bad situation. And that's why the kill count looks so good for him. Yeah. But beyond that, like, VP, they need to take a minute, get their mind back into it. We moved to Cobblestone, one of the maps which I know they really enjoyed. Like when Cobblestone first came out, is even before, like I say, before it first came out, when the changes first came to it, they were the ones that were really hammering into Cobblestone. They wanted to make that map their own, and they're definitely going to be comfortable. The question will be, will Envyus be as comfortable?
Well, this is the thing. Envyus, definitely, if they're playing in that kind of form, it doesn't matter how comfortable you are on a map. It's difficult to lock those guys down when their aim is so on point like that. But let's see. Definitely a map that's going to close this series out and be a great crescendo of this series. But before that happens, I think we're going to have a quick break before we go to analysts. So don't go anywhere. This series is just coming to the end now, but it's only going to get better. So stay tuned.
Check this out.